It was a situation there where everybody was happy to see the war coming to an end.
The only good crowd is a dead one. Well, but there was something in there that, hey, that was a kid. Most of them were kids. We all were kids.
Yeah.
Thought that the Germans were probably the evilest people in the world. But also that it wasn't the Germans per se.
A lot of those soldiers, I've thought about this often. That man and I might have been good friends. We might have had a lot in common. We might have liked to fish, he might have liked to hunt. Of course, they were doing what they were supposed to do, and I was trying to do what I was supposed to do. Under different circumstances, we might have been good friends.
So this episode is called Why We Fight. It's a good point that they make, though, because I'm sure not everybody that was fighting, agreed with Hitler necessarily. Maybe they felt like they just, had to, And there were so many people involved. I'm sure there were people at some point in the middle of it all just probably thinking, why the fuck are we doing this? What is the point? I don't want to conquer land. That's actually something I'd be interested in learning about is, defectors on the German side. Because they were just fuck this. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm sure Hitler did not take kindly to that at all, though. Finally, in Germany. This is really giving, Titanic band goes down with the ship vibes. Oh my gosh, look at this place.
All he needs is a little Mozart.
It's not Mozart. That's Beethoven.
You grab the chicken and I'm gonna grab the eggs.
Guten Tag, Fräulein. Hold on, Hey, come on. I just want to talk to you.
Eliza, why don't you leave her alone?
Frank, why don't you just leave me alone, okay? Here, I got 2 packs. Give it to your friends or something. Jesus, come on.
No dice with the Fräulein?
No dice. She smacked me in the mouth. Hey, what, though? Germany's looking like it's gonna be pretty good fraternizing territory, huh?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, shit!
Is that who I think that is?
Where's my stuff?
I thought I'd leave it over there, sir.
Is very, very young. What's that look for? Is Nixon our POV? Or Spears, maybe? I'd be down with Spears as a POV. It's such an interesting character so far.
Yes, sir. I'll make sure it goes out first thing in the morning. Well, your folks are sure gonna have quite a collection by the time you get home, sir.
Finders keepers.
Making combat jumps with the 17th. I'm in supply briefings all morning.
Yeah, lucky me. Not bad for someone who's never fired his weapon in combat, huh?
Really? Really? You've never?
Nope.
Oh,
Not around.
wow.
How'd it go?
Fantastic.
Hmm.
Took a direct hit over the drop zone. I got out. 2 others got out.
The rest of the boys?
Well, they blew up over Germany somewhere. Boom.
Well, tough situation.
Oh,
for
yeah,
you.
the boys. Yeah, it's terrible. Oh, well, it wasn't me. You know, the real tragedy is they also lost their CO, so guess who gets to write all the letters home? Goddamn nightmare.
Okay. It's feeling like Nix is our POV this episode.
Still drinking nothing but the VAT 69, huh?
One of the finest for Mrs. Nixon's baby boy.
She'll be happy to hear that Sink is transferring you back down to Battalion S3.
What do you think I should write to these parents, Dick?
Hear what I said, Nix? You've been demoted.
Yeah, demoted, got you. Because I don't know how to tell them their kids never even made it out of the goddamn plane.
You tell them what you always tell them. Their sons died as heroes.
You really still believe that?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
This is going to be a good episode, I can already tell. Nix is very different.
I'll be happy to know Oklahoma's still playing on Broadway.
Hey, Oklahoma, when the wind comes sweeping down the plain, when the wind comes right behind the rain.
Why don't you leave the scene to Luz? Wartime news. Resistance in the rear pocket's crumbling. It looks like there might be a breakout in Remagen.
crazy seeing Michael Fassbender and Tom Hardy in the same shot.
Hallelujah.
About time.
Yeah, well, consider yourself lucky. Nixon was giving another current events lecture.
Nothing's happening. A couple of artillery rounds are done.
Here, Rocco just finished it.
Oh, yeah? Any sex in it?
Ain't that kind of book.
It's not a smut book.
Hey, O'Brien, relax, would you? I'm trying to read.
It's O'Keefe.
Is that right?
Yep. Patrick O'Keefe. My friends call me Patty.
Patty.
Hey, O'Brien, shut up.
I told you, it's O'Keefe.
Do you know why no one remembers your name? It's because no one wants to remember your name.
Hey.
You're all piss and vinegar. Where the crowd's at. Let me at 'em. 2 days later, there they are. Them dumb fucks don't even know they're dead yet. Do you understand that this is the best part of fucking war I've seen? Hot showers, warm bed. Germany is almost as good as being home. I even got to wipe my ass with real toilet paper today. So quit asking about when you're gonna see some action, will you? And stop with the fucking love songs.
Oh, Perconte.
When you ship out? A few weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be hard it would be hard to be a replacement at this stage of the war. You're a new guy and you're just like, you're ready to go, and you get paired with someone who's been here for 2 years and is just yeah, that'd be tough.
Nix. No, I'm out.
Oh, Nix. He's drinking so much.
God damn it. I'll tell you something, Wells. This war's not about fighting anymore. It's about who gets what.
Go ahead and deal me out of the next hand.
Are we waiting on him again?
Yep.
All right. We're that desperate, huh? That wasn't. Oh, okay.
Know who that was?
Yeah.
Thanks. Listen, I'm having some trouble finding some whiskey.
That's 69.
Exactly right.
I gotta be honest with you, sir. That ain't gonna be easy to find here in Germany. Pickings are kind of slim here.
Yeah, don't I know it?
And even if I do find some, sir, it ain't gonna be cheap.
Well, that won't be a problem.
Hey, Bessie.
Oh boy.
300,000 Krauts just surrendered. We're moving out in an hour. 1 hour? Yeah.
Don't forget your
mail.
Keep looking.
All right, so his favorite whiskey is not really available here.
Jesus Christ, the dog? Look. Kath is divorcing me. She's taking the house, taking the kid, she's taking the dog. It's not even her dog. It's my dog! She's taking my dog!
Hey, where we headed?
Going to Alps. Let me see that lighter. No dropping to Berlin. Hitler ordered the Waffen SS to hole up in the mountains, repel all the invaders. He wants them to start a guerrilla war.
Invaders. Damn, I like the sound of that.
Bull.
Waffen SS, huh? Hey, looks like gonna get you wish anywhere, Flannery, those guys.
Oh, Flannery. Poor guy. Oh, I feel bad for Nix. The surface level answer. I would be so upset if I had brought a dog into a relationship and then been in this kind of situation and I get contacted like, yeah, I'm leaving you and I'm taking the dog. I'd be like, fuck you, you're not taking my dog.
Janovic, what you reading? An article.
Janovic, I gotta remember that.
It's about why we're fighting the war. Why are we fighting the war, Janovic? It seems that the Germans are bad. You don't say. Hey, Frank, this guy's reading an article over here that says the Germans are bad.
I love that there's so many scenes of Perconte brushing his teeth.
Time you've been talking about Harvard this and Harvard that, and you ain't even finished?
Yes, I haven't finished. So the fuck what?
All right, well, breathe a little. Jesus.
Maybe he was close to being finished. War calls when war calls.
Literature.
Get out of here, you serious? I love to read. Klaus! This guy says he ain't a Nazi. Now why is it in all of Germany I've never met one Nazi yet? Klaus! Come Wilhelm. Is it kind of Nazi? Come on. Let's go. Move! All of you out.
I mean, yeah, not every German citizen supported fascism.
Look at them! Even in defeat, they still know how to march with pride! Hey, you! That's right! You stupid crowd bastards! That's right! Look at you! You have horses! What were you thinking?
That's enough, Webster.
Dragging our asses halfway around the world, interrupting our lives
For what? What the fuck are we doing here?
Can't really disagree with Webb right there. This actor looks familiar, but I don't know that I know him.
I want to send out some patrols. Easy Company's going to take the northwest. Lieutenant Lipton? Sir. That 1st and 2nd platoon, swing up to the woods, have 3rd swing around.
Lieutenant Lipton.
No. Just in case we have to stay here for the night.
I haven't asked this question yet. Spades, the spades on the helmets. I feel like we've only seen spades so far, so I don't... Is that the battalion logo, or...
Okay.
Sarge.
Why the hell are you so jumpy, boy?
I'm not jumpy. I'm fine.
Shit. Can hear your heart pounding in Arkansas, boy.
Jesus Christ, give the kid a break, Bull.
I mean, it is like his first kind of real outing here, so... Can we not think of Bastogne right now?
Except, of course, there's no snow. We got warm grub in our bellies. And the trees aren't fucking exploding from crowd artillery, but yeah, Frank. Other than that, it's a lot like Bastogne. Bull, smack him for me, please. Thank you.
Yeah, oh my gosh, a forest looks like a forest, imagine.
Hello?
Interesting. I don't want to be worried, but I'm worried. What are we seeing?
We found something. We came across this.
What? Frank, what is it?
I don't know, sir.
Oh.
Stand back. Give us some room here. Stand back.
Why we fight?
Leave God! Lipton, find me Lee God.
Yes, sir.
These people need care. Give them water and any spare rations you might have. Grab me some blankets, quick.
Oh my God.
My gosh.
Pomozite. Molim vas, pomozite. Još je živ.
Sorry. Jesus, Webb, can you believe this place? No. You said the guards left this morning, sir.
Zuvor verbrannten sie noch einige der Baracken.
They burned some of the huts first.
Mit den Gefangenen immer noch drinnen, lebend.
Were the prisoners still in them, sir?
Die Wachen hatten nicht genug.
They didn't have enough ammo for all the prisoners, so they killed as many as they could.
Und dann verließen sie einfach das Lager.
Before they left the camp.
Sie schlossen das Tor hinter sich und gingen
Locked the
Richtung
gates
Süden.
behind them and headed south.
Someone in town must have told them we were coming.
Why are they here?
I'm not sure what the word means, sir. Unwanted, disliked, maybe.
Criminals?
I don't think.
Just whoever they...
Ärzte, Musiker, Beamte, Bauern,
Doctors, musicians,
Schreiber, Schneider,
tailors,
Intellektuelle,
clerks, farmers, intellectuals, I mean, normal people.
Juden.
Juden.
Yeah, just
Juden.
as long as they were Jewish, that's it.
Polish and Gypsies.
Aber ich glaube, das Schlimm, das Frauenlager ist bei der nächsten Bahnstation dort hinten.
Liebgott?
Women's camp is at the next railroad stop. Look at their arms. Keith?
What a hard first day.
I'm gonna call Sink. Find Spears and figure out how the hell to get him some food.
Halt Sie! Sind Sie wahnsinnig? Was machen Sie da? Halt!
Check the back and shut up!
Halt Sie da! Augenblicklich wieder zurückgehen! Sie sollten halt sofort wieder zurückbringen!
Webb. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh.
Ich bin kein Nazi.
Not a Nazi. My mistake, you fat fucking prick. How about a human being? Are you one of those? Or are you gonna tell me that you never smelled the fucking stench?
Bitte töten Sie mich nicht. Ich verstehe nicht, was Sie da sagen.
Webby says he doesn't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, Webby's just mad that y'all are raiding his shop.
Sergeant Tower, this is chaos. There's plenty to go around, please.
Hey, Joiners. Yes, sir.
Are we going to the women's camp too?
We need to stop giving these men food right now. They're starving. We give them too much to eat too quickly, they'll eat themselves to death. We need to keep them in the camp till we can find a place for them in town.
You want us to lock these people back up?
Otherwise, they might scatter. We need to keep them centralized so we can supervise their food intake and medical treatment. So,
it's a crying ass chamber. Let's get it done.
Can't tell him that, sir.
Got to, Joe.
It's shitty, but it's yeah. And the average person wouldn't know that you could harm yourself by eating too quickly. Oh, but to be put back in the same place, though.
Es ist nur für eine kurze Zeit. Damit wir wichtige Messe mit Medizin.
Yeah, there's no way they're gonna want to go back in. I'm kidding. But also, if you let them go, the war is still going. Germans can just kill them. Oh man, that's tough. Liebgott. It's a hard day. Hard day, but an important day.
Heard from Division. Been finding camps like this all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Seems the Russians liberated one a lot worse.
Worse.
10 times as big. Execution chambers, ovens. Well, for cremating all the bodies.
The locals claim that they never even knew the camp existed. They say we're exaggerating.
Well, they're gonna have a hell of an education tomorrow.
Yep.
General Taylor declared martial law about an hour ago. Ordered every able-bodied German in town aged 14 to 80 to start burying the bodies. That'll begin in the morning. 10th Armored are gonna supervise cleanup.
What about us?
We head out for, Talem tomorrow. 1,200 hours.
I've been so used to us in this show being out of Germany that, like, their reaction to seeing something, and even though there was smoke, like, it didn't even cross my mind that it was going to be a concentration camp. Like, I knew we were in Germany, but yeah. That woman from the house, isn't it? Yeah.
Hitler's dead.
Holy shit.
Shot himself in Berlin.
Is the war over, sir?
No. We have orders to Berchtesgaden. We're gonna move out 1 hour.
Why? The man's not home. Should have killed himself 3 years ago. Saved us a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he should have.
The final solution to the Jewish question. 5 million ethnic minorities and 6 million Jews were murdered. Many in the camps, yeah. Heavy. Oh boy. All right. Episode 9, Why We Fight. Definitely the heaviest episode so far. I feel very inside right now because just anything Holocaust related visually is a lot to process every time. I've seen Schindler's List a bunch, and those scenes still to this day make me feel extremely unsettled and uncomfortable, and that's kind of the fucking point. I really appreciate that HBO, I mean, they've been realistic with this show up to this point, so it's not like they were gonna lower the quality for an episode like this. Yeah, visually, they got this pretty accurate. Yeah, that was rough, but necessary to show. So this is a question that I have. My understanding then from just what we've experienced with this show so far, and now this episode, it seems like the American troops, and then I could extend that to the rest of the Allies as well, they didn't know that this was happening, or if they had heard it, maybe didn't believe it to be true. I don't recall these guys ever mentioning this before this episode, and by Perconte and Bull and O'Keefe and everyone else's reactions to coming across it and just how shocked they were, that leads me to believe that, yeah, they just didn't know this was a thing. And then with everyone else's reactions as well, when Perconte ran back and got Winters and everybody came out, the acting from everyone was amazing. Just the shock, but when I say everyone, I also mean like all of the actors portraying the Jewish people, especially the man that talked with Liebgott and was explaining what had happened and who they were, and Liebgott, bless him, being the translator through all of that, not just having to hear what he was saying, but then having to translate and repeat that out for the other men. The actor for Liebgott did a great job with that, but then also later having to then communicate to all of them that you have to stay here, we need to monitor you because, the doctor was right. Like, when you're severely malnourished, like they were, you just cannot go back into just eating the way that you would like to. Like, your body can not handle that, and that's very likely. Same thing with water. Like, you could end up poisoning yourself from too much water consumption in such a short period of time. God, that's such shitty news, but I get it. Anyway, that was just a very, very heartbreaking scene. Really, really well filmed. The set design was crazy. All of those actors involved to portray them. The man that went up to Janovic and kissed him on the cheeks and just stood there hugging him. I really like that the camera circled around for a bit, and Janovic was just in utter shock by it, but let him do it, gave him the hug, let him be happy. The man that saluted Perconte, and then Perconte returned it. That was really heartwarming and lovely, and just, my heart, my dang heart. This was a lot, and especially with this episode, just so them coming across the camp and freeing the prisoners of war and giving them food and water and stuff, and liberating them from that, contrasted with the opening statements from the veterans talking about, maybe we could have been friends with the Germans, right? Like, in different circumstances or whatnot. Very interesting contrast there, because those opening statements almost made me think that this episode was going to go in a direction that, maybe, I don't know, Germans surrendered, and then, I don't know, for some reason, some of Easy Company is talking with them or something like that. like, I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but I mean, now that I finished the episode, I mean, duh, of course, this makes sense. But yeah, from the opening statements and the intro to the show, I had just like a whole different expectation of where the episode was going. Even though I still remembered like what the episode was called at the end of the day, Why We Fight, right? Well, this is precisely why. So this moment for Easy Company, and we can just lump in all of the other troops that found camps, liberated them, right? Seeing this would make all of the past years, months, however long you've been here, right? However long you've been fighting. It would suddenly give so much context and understanding for why you've been doing it, right? I think maybe the Americans up to this point just figured that their purpose here was to free villages and towns that had been taken over by the Germans and occupied by them, right? So, you know, they're freeing families and allowing people to not be occupied anymore. And like, yes, that's a very satisfying thing to do, of course. But this just adds so much more, and it's horrific. It's horrific to witness. Like, I appreciate that all of the actors were covering their faces. The smell, like, yes, you know, you're never going to be able to accurately portray exactly how it was because that one sense is missing from, I mean, not just that sense, but like you're also not physically there, but visually and like sound effects and stuff. I mean, I think that they got it as accurate as possible. Gosh, the moment when Bull and I can't remember who Bull was with, but when they opened that door to the one hut and you just see them laying so, they're so close together, there's no space and they're stacked, but then you also know that there's dead bodies in there as well. Ugh, just, yeah, absolutely horrific. The scenes where they were like, so Nixon in the house where that German man and woman lived, and he like threw the picture of the man down. I mean, the man looked to be, based on the photo, like somewhat high up in the Nazi party ranking, I'm sure. And then Webb, when Webster was getting angry at the bake shop owner guy, and just like accusing him. So I have kind of two opinions of it, and I think that you can kind of hold two opinions of it. We don't know for certain that they either did or did not know about the camp, and then we also don't know for certain if they do or do not support it, right? Unfortunately, there are a lot of people in the world that are aware of these sort of things, aware of genocide, aware of mass extermination, aware of forced labor to the point of like just killing people, right? They know of these things, and at their core, they might not support it, but they are willing to turn a blind eye to it and never like speak out about it. They're willing to just keep on going down their path and kind of just have that mindset of like, well, I'm not part of that group that they're after, so I'm fine. Like, I'm good. As long as I just keep my mouth shut and just keep doing what I'm doing, like, I'll be fine, you know? And unfortunately, there are a lot of people still like that in the world today. So yeah, in that moment, in that scene, it's like, in my mind, the baker was just angry in the moment because, yeah, we're raiding his shop, we're taking his food, bread, cheese, whatever, right? I mean, you could make the case for everyone in that town would have known what was going on because the camp was pretty close. And, you know, a windy day, smell is strong enough, right? A windy day would carry that over. I used to live in a place that was surrounded by farms. And on a windy day, the whole city would smell like cow manure because that's just what happened, right? The wind just picked it up and carried it. So, yeah, I'm sure that everyone in town was aware of it, but whether that meant that they were in support of it or just didn't want to risk being a sympathizer, right? Which for a lot of people was a very, like, you know, like, bless the people that did not give a shit about that and spoke out and helped and hid Jewish people and freed Jewish people. Like bless all those people that did that and just didn't care about what might happen to them as a result of that. They cared more about the other people. There was a lot of those kind of people. And I'm so, like, we all got to be grateful for those kind of people. Sadly, it's unrealistic to expect that everyone would be like that. So, yeah, there were definitely a lot of Germans that just kept to themselves, knew it was happening, didn't want to ruffle feathers, didn't want to, you know, and it sucks. It really sucks. The baker is probably in that group to me, I think. Yeah, the baker is probably in that type of group. And then, of course, you also had the people that were fully like in support of all of that, right? The people that truly believe that there's tiers to people, right? And that they were above Jewish people, right? And looked down on them. Above Jewish people, above gay people, above other minorities, above disabled people, etc., etc. And those kind of people are terrible. Sorry, I'm really not. I can't. This wasn't a fun episode. It was a good episode, but it wasn't a good episode. I'm certainly not sitting here feeling any kind of joy at the moment. Again, I'll just continue to say that the show is amazing in terms of how it's filmed and written and acted. It is such a high quality show. I'm very glad that they did an episode like this. Rest in peace to the millions of people that died. The shitty thing is genocide continues to happen today. I don't know why. You think that we would learn from our history, but apparently not. You think that we would learn to truly treat good foreign people as one of our own, then there's still people that don't think that and stand it. Hate it so much. Okay, with that, why don't we get to the next episode? Episode 10. Can't remember what it's called. I looked up the title before I pressed play even on episode 9, but now I forget what it is. So let's get into the next one. My hair feels so big today. All right, so this final one is called Points. Oh my gosh, I just realized I didn't even talk about Nixon in the last, I'm so sorry. I didn't even talk about Nixon in my review. Even though he wasn't like he was our POV last episode, but not as strong as some of the other POVs have been. I'm a little worried about him, I won't lie. He's been through a lot. He's resorting to alcohol very, very severely. Lost guys on a jump, getting divorced, having to find out in a fucking letter, like, and then the camp kind of all in the same, I don't know, 2 or 3 days maybe, or like week or two. I don't know how much time we spent in that episode, but I think maybe coming across the camp was a big kind of like check for a lot of these men, you know, like Webb always talking about school because he misses it. You can tell he misses it and wants to finish. But yeah, just a reminder of, not to repeat the episode title, but why we fight. That's why we're here. Only one episode in Germany. I really want to go to Austria someday.
I certainly didn't expect to find myself at a place like this.
I thought it might be you.
So does this mean we have another Winters POV to end the show?
Come to join me for a morning swim? Ran into the regimental photographer. Said he had all these photographs of the 506th going all the way back to Toccoa. I traded them for a couple of Lugers.
That's a bargain.
Aw.
What do you think you'll do after this?
I get some breakfast.
Nah, after.
Yeah. That's not what he meant.
Well, it's funny you should mention it, because I had a meeting with Colonel Sink. He had discussed the possibility of staying. Yeah, as a career. Said I'd think about it.
There's a company in Nixon, New Jersey. It's called Nixon Nitration Works. Oddly enough, I know the owners. Probably gonna expect me to make something of myself. I thought maybe I'd drag you with me.
Are you offering me a job?
We'll see how you do in your interview, but, man,
Yeah, I'll think about it. I really appreciate it.
Wants to stay in the army. Beautiful location.
This famous town high in the Alps, all the heads of the Third Reich had houses there. The first step was blocking the roads.
If you're looking for someone to find another way up that mountain, Easy Company is ready and willing.
Duly noted. I already recommended you to Colonel Sink.
Terrific. Let's go find out where Hitler lived. Ron? We're not sure what's up there. The Colonel doesn't want us taking any unnecessary risks. So the French are gonna beat us to the Eagle's Nest?
Now you fire up 2nd Battalion and outflank that French son of a bitch.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Eerie. Not even any natives.
That's because this is the one town you can't deny being a true Nazi.
How many brides get a wedding present from Hitler? I can't carry all this. You know, whoever comes in here after us is gonna take whatever isn't nailed down.
Wouldn't want that to happen.
Utensils are really awkward to carry.
1 Battalion HQ, seal off the north side and prepare for prisoners. And Harry, nobody gets hurt, not now. Easy, you'll head up the mountain through the Obersalzberg and take the Eagle's Nest. The Eagle's Nest was a surprise birthday present for Hitler, built with Nazi party money. 8,000 feet up, accessible by a gold-plated elevator.
Of course.
Here's to him.
Might as well drink his booze.
God damn it, listen. Hitler. No.
Hey, Adolf!
Just so as we can say we saw you do it.
Listen up. From court, just came in, effective immediately. All troops stand fast on present positions. German army surrendered. I got a present for you. Come on.
What a view from up there.
What is this place? Hermann Goering's house? We discovered it yesterday. $10,000 bottles of the world's finest liquor, wine, and champagne helped Easy Company mark the day the war in Europe came to an end.
Wow. That is a gift.
Take what you want and have each company take a truckload. We're heading for Austria in the morning, but don't feel you have to leave anything here for whoever comes next.
Austria, sir.
Happy VE Day.
Victory in Europe.
That is a lot of booze. God damn. Is there any of that VAT 69 in here for him?
No one wanted to leave Berchtesgaden until they saw Austria.
Wow. Beautiful. Like, I live in the Rockies, so like I'm used to views like this, but still, it's a different part of the world.
The war is over.
We'll be comfortable here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Please accept this as my formal surrender, Major. It is better than to lay it on the desk of a clerk.
You may keep your sidearm, Colonel.
And our casualties are high. But Okinawa is the next big step towards victory over Japan. A victory that can only be won by work, war bonds, and heroic sacrifice.
We don't have a date yet.
We gonna tell the men right away?
Some of them will have enough points to go home instead. I think most of us here will have enough. And each of us will have to decide what to do.
Go home or go to Japan?
That means daily close order drills. That means troop reviews. But above all, it means physical training. Get your NCOs on it.
They're gonna love you.
What are you crouching down for, Perko? Think the deer's gonna shoot back?
Leave me alone.
He's taking it seriously.
Oh, God damn it, Shifty. You let him get away. Army ought to be glad to be rid of you.
I wish, you know. Seems they want me to stay around a while.
How many points you need?
15.
Christ, I thought I had it bad.
General Taylor is aware that many veterans, including Normandy veterans, still do not have the 85 points required to be discharged. On this, the anniversary of D-Day, he has authorized a lottery to send one man home in each company, effective immediately. For Easy Company, the winner is Sergeant Darrell C. Powers.
That's how it's done, Shifty.
Congratulations, Shifty.
Just the only name in there.
At the 101st Airborne Division will definitely be redeployed to the Pacific. Beginning tomorrow at 0600 hours, we will begin training to go to war.
Definitely not the news you really want to hear. shortly after a victory. But yeah, the war's not over yet.
I just wanted to, say goodbye. You know, you were
The Shifty?
back home in Virginia. I just don't rightly know how I'm gonna explain all this. I seen.
You're a hell of a fine soldier, Shifty. There's nothing more to explain.
Thank you, sir.
He doesn't know how he's
2
going to
days later,
explain
Shifty Powers was on a truck headed for the
everything
rear
he
in a boat
saw.
home. Unfortunately, the truck was hit head-on by a drunken corporal from another regiment. Shifty had a broken pelvis, a broken arm, and a bad concussion.
Oh
He survived,
my
but had to spend the
gosh.
next few months in a series of hospitals. I wish I could say that he was our only casualty in Austria.
I got the points. I'm going back to Kitty. Probably be over before you even get there. You know, the reality is you're gonna sit here in Austria for 6 months waiting to go, and I'm gonna be back in Wilkes-Barre, making babies.
You didn't tell him?
No, I couldn't get him to shut up.
What? Tell me what?
Guts and Glory here applied for a transfer.
13th Airborne are heading out for the Pacific right away. If I'm going, I want to get it over with.
Are you in on this too?
I can't let him go by himself. He doesn't know where it is.
You're leaving the men?
They don't need me anymore.
I mean, they don't need him, but
17 of those were in my company commander's plane and went down on D-Day.
So you were given command of the company on D-Day?
That's right.
yeah. Hall.
They bumped you to Battalion XO.
Mhm.
Bastards took your company away.
I fired my last shots there.
You got through Bastogne without having to fire your weapon.
That is correct, sir.
And you were on the line the whole time.
Yes, sir.
Can't imagine a tougher test for a leader, having to sit through a siege like that, under those conditions.
You got through it.
Why do you want to leave your men?
Well, it's not that, sir. It's just that if the war was still on in the Pacific and I could do some good over there.
Not going to make a career in the Army?
No. I don't know, sir.
Because if you think you need more combat experience to get stars on your helmet, let me tell you something, son. You've done enough.
He has done so much.
And frankly, I think your men have earned the right to keep you around.
Yes, sir. So
So
I
that's
would
like
stay in
a-
Austria for the
okay.
time being.
So I was like, that's kind of a no, but also a yes, but keep everyone together.
Leave, I fucking hate this. Oh, Jesus Christ. You fingered him. One of those Polacks what was at the slave camp said this is where the guy lives, right here.
Which camp?
Whatever camp. Under direct orders, and I'm happy to follow it.
Is this personal to you?
No, it's a goddamn order.
Does Major Winters know about this?
Doesn't matter here.
Oh, the fuck it doesn't.
Uh-oh.
What if this guy's just a soldier? What if he's an officer with no ties to the SS? What if he's innocent?
You know what? What if he's a fucking Nazi commandant of a fucking slave camp?
Which one? Which camp? You don't have any proof.
Where the hell have you been for the past 3 years?
Was machen Sie?
Ruhe.
Nein, nein.
Sie können nicht hier reinkommen!
Nein! Nein! Bitte nicht schießen!
He's guilty. Liebgott says so.
He probably is.
Shoot him!
No.
Officers don't run.
Don't know how to feel about that.
Alpine paradise should have been a welcome relief, especially now that we were at peace with the Germans. Everyone just wanted to go home.
The end of my second war.
Hey, Webster! My relief.
Don't salute the Germans. Wanna go to Munich? Möchten Sie nach München gehen?
Ja, bitte.
Meine schönen Kleider.
Was machen Sie dort? Get in. Huh? Too bad.
Oh, Jesus.
It's Private Janovic.
He was dead when they brought him in. He was 10 points short.
The enemy had surrendered, but somehow men were still dying.
I mean, that was an
Since before
accident.
Normandy, we're stuck here
Happen
because they didn't
anywhere.
have the points.
But also, yeah, that really sucks.
Wait here.
You okay, Matt? You need some help?
They wouldn't give me any gas. Krauts. This fucking limey wouldn't listen. I think he was a major.
Why don't you give me a weapon?
I guess I'll just use his jeeba. I don't think he's gonna be needing it.
Hold on a second now, right?
Oh my gosh. That is awful.
He's not gonna make it.
You can't operate on him?
Not me. You'd need a brain surgeon.
You find the shooter. I want him alive. Come on, help me.
What are you doing?
We're gonna go find a brain surgeon.
Bull, Millar, you each take a squad and one of these witnesses on a house-to-house search. We shoot this bastard on sight? Try and take him alive.
And who was the guy that Mac?
Into a crowd hospital, see if they could drum up any good doctors.
Come with me.
Where are we going?
To the hospital. Get in. What happened to him?
He was shot in the head.
Bro.
If you want him to live, you'll help me. First, by putting that away.
Yeah, Spears, put it away. Thank you. I really hope they find that guy. Or have they?
Bigger beat, me and him.
Wanna play a different game?
Maybe they have already.
Gonna go in there and join in?
I should go in there and stop this.
Where is he?
How's Grant?
Where is he?
Is he okay?
Where is he?
This him?
That's him. Replacement. Our company.
That's why I didn't know him.
What weapon?
When you talk to an officer, you say sir.
I don't think he's gonna do it.
Have the MPs take care of this piece of shit.
Grant's dead?
No. Crowd surgeon says he's gonna make it.
Good. Seeing all those rumors these guys had about Spears early on when he was like, oh, he killed one of his own guys.
So you looked at him, but you didn't take him?
Nah.
That's right, sir. I don't believe you.
If it's not gonna put you in too much of a bind, I'd like to resign as company first sergeant. If I have my choice, I miss being back amongst the men. I'd be happy to go to staff sergeant, whichever platoon you want to put me in.
Well, I guess you've earned your right to demote yourself. All right, then report to Lieutenant Peacock. Let me know if he gives you any trouble.
Oh, sir, you make your decision yet?
Yeah, I did.
I know Easy Company's gonna need a commanding officer post-war. It better be somebody who knows what they're doing. They're too much of a valuable resource to the military.
So you decided to stay in the Army?
Yes, I'm gonna stay with the men.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. But others were stuck here unless we could find excuses to send them away. You'll be like a technical advisor and make sure they get everything right.
Paris is just fine.
And your driver will drop you off at a hotel of your choice. I don't think we'll see you back here anytime soon.
I won't let you down, sir.
Carwood, yes. The Army, when they give a man a battlefield commission, make him an officer. They usually don't let him stay with the same company.
Figured this was coming.
They're afraid the men won't show him the proper degree of respect as they would another officer.
It's a good theory, sir.
It's an idiotic theory, especially in your case. You've given me the choice as to where to reassign you, and I thought battalion headquarters might be a good place.
I can think of few better, sir.
There was a German general who was a little PO'd about having to surrender to Private Babe Heffron from South Philly. Thinks it's beneath his stature.
Understandable.
I thought Second Lieutenant Carwood Lipton from West Virginia could soothe his ruffled feathers.
No problem, sir. Is this the type of job I can expect from now on?
Yeah, when we're not sunning ourselves by the lake.
This is a very different change of pace for these guys. This episode is very interesting.
With your permission, I would like to address my men briefly.
That'll be fine, General.
Oh, hey, look who it is.
Captain Sobel?
Major Winters?
Captain Sobel. We salute the rank, not the man.
Es war ein langer Krieg,
You fought bravely. You are a special group.
die ineinander einen Zusammenhalt gefunden hat,
You found in one another a bond among brothers.
die Fuchshöhlen geteilt haben
We've shared foxholes.
und gemeinsam gelitten haben.
We've seen death and suffered together.
Mit euch gedient zu haben,
I'm proud to have served with each and every one of you. You deserve long and happy lives in peace.
No different than what fucking Winters would say to his men, right?
Take a look at these two kids.
Aw.
What the hell happened to them?
New Jersey, huh?
Think about it.
Oh, was that Eugene? It was.
Wait, we got one down. Come on, Pee-wee, let's get Webster.
Come on, Pee-wee, let's...
But Compton came back to
I was just about to say, wait, is that Buck? Oh my gosh, so good to see him.
the murder of Robert Kennedy and was later appointed to the California Court of Appeals. David Webster became a writer for the Saturday Evening Post and Wall Street Journal and later wrote a book about sharks.
Love that for him.
He went out on the ocean alone and was never seen again.
Oh.
Became a handyman in Providence, Rhode Island. 1,600 people attended his funeral.
Wow.
Doc Rowe died in Louisiana in 1998. He'd been a construction contractor. Joe Liebgott returned to San Francisco and drove his cab.
Hell yeah.
Bull Ranneman was one of the best soldiers I ever had. He went into the earth-moving business in Arkansas. He's still there. Alton Moore returned to Wyoming with a unique souvenir. Hitler's personal photo albums.
Yeah.
We all lost touch with in civilian life until he showed up at a reunion just before his death in 1981.
Oh my gosh. Must have been so emotional.
Carwood Lipton became a glass-making executive in charge of factories all over the world. Harry Welsh. He married Kitty Grogan, became an administrator for the Will.
I wonder if Welsh is the old vet that we've been seeing that has the diastema. Is that what they're called?
In 1958, returned to Germany as governor of Spandau Prison. He retired a lieutenant colonel.
Easy company! School circle!
So Spears was the career.
President Truman received the unconditional surrender from the Japanese. War's over.
Regardless of points, medals, or wounds, each man in the 101st Airborne would be going home. Each of us would be forever connected by our shared experience. Lewis Nixon had some tough times after the war. He was divorced a couple of times. Then in 1956, he married a woman named Grace, and everything came together for him.
I'm glad.
My friend Lou died in 1995. I took up his job offer and was a personnel manager at the Nixon Nitration Works until I was called back into service in 1950 to train officers and rangers. I chose not to go to Korea. I'd had enough of war. There is not a day that goes by that I do not think of the men I served with who never got to enjoy the world without war.
It's very unusual happening, and it's a very unusual bonding.
We knew that we could depend on each other. And so we were a close-knit group.
Just brave, so brave is unbelievable. And
Oh,
I don't know
Larkin.
anybody that I admire more than Bill Garnier and Joe Toy. And they were very, very special.
I'm just one part of the big war, that's all. One little part. And I'm proud to be a part of it.
Yeah, the casting was so good.
All the fellows that are still buried over there and those that come home to be buried.
And after the war was over and it came...
Oh, Shifty.
He's hoping to stay alive, that's all. Yeah.
He said, from this day to the ending of the world, we in it shall be remembered. We lucky few, we band of brothers.
I cherish
the memories of a question my grandson asked me the other day when he said, "Grandpa, were you a hero in the war?" Grandpa said no. But I served in a company of heroes.
You did. The end. I'm so happy that I have a documentary to watch still. Because I know that that's like over an hour long, so. Okay, well, the first thing I'm going to say is that I'm glad that Shifty didn't die. Because he was interviewed at the end, and he was the one that his name was the only one in the lottery to be sent home. And then they said that he had gotten in a car accident, like a head-on collision. So I'm glad that didn't result in his death. Whew. That was a good little moment of relief to see him at the end there. All right, final episode, post-war. Again, I love this show for like showing all things, you know, we're kind of coming full circle because the very first episode was showing all of their training. And then this episode was showing everybody post German surrender and just kind of waiting on what's going to happen next. And yeah, it was interesting to see the angle of like guys being bored / drunk / like not really knowing what to do with their time and being restless, and yeah, and it resulting in a few different things. That replacement killing those people in a fit of drunkenness, and just because they wouldn't give him fuel, or I don't even remember what. Anyway, what a crazy guy. What a crazy guy. I did like that scene with Spears though, like going in there and holding his gun up to him, because I feel like that's what all those men were thinking, right? Because of, yeah, the rumors from earlier with him killing one of his own men and nobody like really believing it or not. I think if Spears had killed him, just no hesitation, then they probably would have believed that the rumors were true. Maybe Spears was thinking of that a little bit too. I don't know. It's hard to say, but anyway, Spears I really came to like throughout this show. The actor that plays him is very good looking, and it's cool to hear that he had such a long career in this. You know, yeah, good episode. I liked all of it. Especially liked the end where we got some. I wasn't expecting to get that until the documentary. So for us to get some of, they didn't show everybody that we've seen in the intros, but just kind of some of the people. So very excited to continue with the documentary, which will come out next week. But yeah, this was fun. This was like, I really enjoyed them going up to the Eagle's Nest and, you know, finding the personal photo albums and finding the alcohol storage and all of that. Although the alcohol storage was at a different person's house. It wasn't the Eagle's Nest technically, but yeah, it must have felt so strange to do that. I can't imagine. Like, felt strange, but also probably felt like the ultimate prize, I guess. Like, you know, you've been over here for so long fighting people that were instructed by him at the very top, right? And now you're standing like in his personal place with his personal photos and you know, seats that he sat in and all this stuff. Yeah, it would probably feel a mix of like strange but cool, I guess. I don't know. I liked once again that we followed Winters through this episode. So he's the POV that we've had the most in the whole show. I think we've had 3 whole episodes with him as our POV now, which makes sense though for like who he is and such. I do kind of wish that maybe we'd had another one with Nixon, but I did still like the last, well, no, it's not that I wish we would have gotten another one with Nixon as the POV. It's more so that I think I would have preferred last episode to just be more from his POV than what we had, because all the other POV episodes, a lot of them feel just a lot stronger. But at the same time, based on what we had for these last 2 episodes, like the subject matter, so with episode 9 being finding a camp, and then this one being like it's the end of the war, and you know, we're kind of sitting around and waiting. Like, it makes sense that we didn't have such a super strong POV in either episode. But yeah, I think for Nixon, I really like him, so I would have liked to just have a bit more from his POV. But anyway, that's not a criticism by any means. These episodes and this whole show is so fantastic. Just, yeah, maybe a little more, that's all. I love that Buck was back at the end. That made me so happy. I thought I had recognized him when he was putting on the umpire's mask, and then it flipped, and yes, it was Buck, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I genuinely missed him so much, because we saw him, what, 4 episodes ago now, or 3 or 4 episodes ago, so yeah, it's very good to see him there at the end. I can't remember now if it was said if he passed. I don't think so, so maybe one of the vets that was interviewed at the start of one of these episodes was Buck. Guess we'll see. I'm so excited for the documentary. I really liked that conversation that Winters had with that guy about, you know, going to the Pacific and such, and essentially being told, like, you know, easy company, like, these men need you kind of thing. That had to have been kind of a bittersweet moment for him, maybe. Like, you know, I could tell that Winters did really want to go, but the guy did make a good point. And yeah, I guess being here in Austria is just a bit awkward because, yeah, you're kind of just waiting around to see, like, are we going, are we not, like, what's happening? And ultimately they stayed there until the war was, like, over for good. And then the scene with Liebgott and Webster, and I can't remember that other guy's name now, going to that German camp runner's home to kill him. The only reason why I feel mixed about it, like, I don't fault Liebgott at all for doing that. Like I think that all camp leaders should have been killed. I think the reason that I felt so mixed about it, because I did understand where Webster was coming from too in that situation. Like, how long were we after the German surrender, right? And now this guy is back home and he's been there for how long? And he's just, like, you know, kind of doing his thing, and then all of a sudden, you know, this home's being barged into by American soldiers. And it was just like, the situation itself was uncomfortable, which I realize is weird to say because of, like, the uncomfort that man put people through. Like, I get it. I'm not upset that he died or anything. It just was a very, yeah, it was the scene that made me feel very, like, I just wasn't really sure how to feel in the moment about it, you know. The point that Webster made too, where he said, like, anyone would be running, right? Like, the war's over. And again, I don't know exactly how many days or weeks or months even that we were, like, post the war in Europe ending. But enough time for that guy to, like, be back home and just by himself doing his own thing, you know? So I like that Liebgott, like, shouted to Webster to kill him. Webster didn't do it. And then the other guy just did it. So I can't remember if they said that they were ordered to do it or if Liebgott just kind of made the decision himself to just go and just managed to bring those two with him. I can't imagine that he would have been that would have been something he was just allowed to go do. I can't remember now from that scene, but anyway. As I sit here just trying to talk about episode 10, I feel like all I can think about still is episode 9, and I can tell that I'm still feeling very heavy from that episode. But this episode did give me some relief. This episode did give me moments of happy tears and just, like, some good feelings about these men and just the end of the war and such. I feel like I'll probably feel some more happiness, but also some more sadness probably during the documentary, but I'm very, very excited to watch it. All right, let me talk about this whole series. Overall, everything. Y'all are probably wondering what, like, my favorite episode is. It's so hard to pick, and I feel like I could have different favorites for different reasons, and I'm sure that some of you will understand that. I genuinely think the episode that I will always think of the most first is Eugene's episode, episode 6. Yeah, the medic POV episode. That was just such a wonderful episode, and I really, really liked Eugene. I'm so happy to hear that he lived until the late 90s. That's good for him. Love that for him. Yeah, that episode definitely comes to mind very quickly when I think about this show as a whole and why I would perhaps recommend and encourage other people to watch it. I mean, again, every single episode is amazing and so well done, but there are definitely those that stand out above the others. So Eugene's episode stands out for me. Episode 7, the Lipton POV episode, that one also really stands out to me when I think about these episodes. So yeah, Eugene's episode, Lipton's episode, the very first Winters episode with the Breakcourt Manor. Yeah, that one is a big one for me. And then episode 9, for sure. This past episode that we watched, Why We Fight. Yeah, that one. It's hard to call that one like a favorite, and I don't want to call it a favorite because that one is just, it's heavy. Like, it's memorable for a different reason compared to the others. That one just really sticks with you, I feel like, a lot more than the others do. Even the other episodes I didn't mention, I still really enjoyed them all, and they were all fantastic. Weirdly enough, though, I actually would probably say that this final episode and the very first episode are probably at the very bottom. If I were to actually try and truly rank all of these episodes in order from like most favorite to least. And it's not because either of these episodes are bad. It's just they're the bookend episodes, right? It's the pre-war and the post-war. And so, and I appreciate that we got those. I truly, truly do. But in terms of what is memorable about things, they're the bookends. So they're going to go at the bottom because, yeah, there's a lot more memorable things about the war itself. You know what's fascinating is, like, after that first episode, I truly thought that Sobel, we were going to see so much more than we actually did. We literally just saw him for like 10 seconds in this episode and like maybe 30 seconds in whatever episode that was a while back. So that's so funny. I was truly not expecting that. I thought that maybe at some point he was going to be like fighting with us in one of these battles that we were, or he was going to be in some other like company or platoon or whatever. But no, not at all. Nope. He showed up briefly, super briefly. That's too funny. Yeah, that was just really unexpected, I guess. I don't know. I am so excited to rewatch the show, and I know I'm going to rewatch it multiple times. I can't wait already to go back to the first, 2-3 episodes because I know these names and faces very well now, and so scenes and conversations are gonna hit a lot harder, and then also like knowing who the men are at the start of each opening with the veteran, like the opening statement, that stuff, like I'm gonna know who they are, so it'll hit different there too. I already know that I'm gonna cry probably so much harder at certain moments that I cried pretty hard at already during this first viewing, and then there's gonna be plenty more scenes that didn't trigger me to cry in this first viewing, but that on rewatches are going to hit a lot different. And if you've been on this channel for some time now, you'll know this, but if you're new here, like if you found me through Band of Brothers. So I'm someone that often during a first time viewing, I don't actually get all that emotional, but on rewatches, things tend to hit me a lot harder because I know the ending, like I know what's coming, right? So I'm able to like remember that, and then earlier moments tend to make me more emotional than I was first time viewing. Shows are a bit different because, well, shows aren't all that different. I mean, there's certainly some shows that in the first time watch I didn't cry during a bunch of scenes, but then on rewatches I'm just like bawling my eyes out because it just hits different. So this show for me, yeah, I think that I am going to be a lot more emotional about it on rewatches, that's for sure. Episode 9 I think will definitely bring out the waterworks on rewatches. I think the last episode it truly just shocked me that they were showing it that realistic and for so long and then of course I'm seeing like our guys, in that environment going through it, and I think I truly was just sitting here like processing it, and I just had no other emotion other than like horrific feelings inside of me. But yeah, on rewatches, that'll definitely be a more emotional, crying type of scene for me. Yeah, I still am thinking about that episode. Like, it's been an hour and a half since I watched it, and I'm still thinking about it. That was such a visceral episode. Anyway, as far as miniseries go, I'm pretty positive. Yeah, this would be my number one miniseries that I've watched. I did react to Chernobyl. That's not on the YouTube channel yet. I would like to edit it at some point, but if you don't want to wait for those and you're happy to watch the 5-episode watch-alongs, you can find those over on my Patreon. You can either just grab the collection with a one-time purchase, or you can join the membership and get access to it that way. It's up to you. I'll link that down below if anyone is interested. And while I'm on that topic, thank you to all of you who did join the Patreon for the Band of Brothers watch-alongs, or if you just grabbed that collection to watch along with me, thank you so much. There were a number of you that did that, so thank you so much. That means the world. These edits that I have been doing for the YouTube channel are quite on the longer side. I just did find it very difficult to like cut out a lot of things. More so I just plug the watch-along as like, if you would just prefer to watch the whole thing without any cuts, edits, that kind of thing, like just truly watch everything, then yeah, come on over. So yeah, so thank you to those of you who did that. I really appreciate it. So yes, next week is going to be the documentary that'll just come out in its own video. I am also going to release reactions to the rest of those Operations Room videos. Those will go into the Band of Brothers collections as well, but remember, those are free. You don't actually have to join the membership or pay anything for those videos specifically. I'm just throwing them in the Band of Brothers collection because it's easier. And a lot of you have recommended The Pacific. I would definitely like to watch and react to that. Forgive me if I just take a little bit of a break from more stuff though. Also coming up is Fallout Season 2 releasing, and I did react to Season 1 of that on the channel, and I would like to react and edit it again for my channel. So perhaps after Fallout Season 2, I'll get into The Pacific. I'm not 100% sure yet. So if you are interested in seeing those reactions as well, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Also, I am releasing a reaction pretty soon to the movie 1917. I reacted to that a few weeks ago, and yeah, I really loved it, and I'm very, very excited to bring that reaction to the channel. So another reason to stick around. There are actually quite a number of war/military movies that I need to watch. I haven't really reacted to very many. Feel free to leave your suggestions. Instead of the comments, I would encourage you to use my suggestion form. I have it linked in every single description and pinned comment. It's just a Google form. That's easiest for me because then all of your movie suggestions go into a nice little spreadsheet on my end, and then I can consult that when I'm like making polls or just straight up deciding what to watch, because I ask you to provide the year and the movie title and the genre. So genre is great because you guys will put like war or military or whatever, and then I can literally just pull those up on their own on my spreadsheet, and it just works really well. So as much as I do appreciate the comments of suggesting movies, the Google form is where it's at. So make sure to use that. And I think that is about all I have to say about this journey. There probably is a lot more that I could say, but this has been a very good time, and I'm so appreciative of all of you that have left comments and informed me about things and corrected me on some stuff and provided your own insight into how you feel about these episodes and these people. And yeah, it has been very, very fun to connect with you. So I really, really appreciate your time in watching my first time journey through this show. We will see you next week for the documentary, and yeah, that's where I'm going to leave you here. So thank you so much again, and we will see you next time. Take care, everybody.